I'm very honored to be asked to speak tonight and to tell our story. And it started off as a nightmare, really. We got up on a Monday morning, 2004, and our 15-year-old daughter wasn't in her bed. And my heart just dropped. And it was the scariest thing that had ever happened to me. I'd seen it happen to others, I'd seen it in the press, but I never thought it would touch me and my children. I'm Christian, and I know God's got my back, and God has my children's back. But that was really the scariest thing that I'd ever experienced. It's just that she's not there. What do you mean she's not there? So I did a couple of things immediately. First thing I did was call police department in the town I live in, League City. And the second thing I did was have my husband, Tommy, take our son, Porter, to Doug Dickey's house. And at the time, Doug was the president of this board. And I knew that Doug would make sure that Porter was okay and get to school and all such as that. And I told Tommy, have Doug call Beth. I didn't know Beth at that time, but I knew of the organization and what the mission was. And I knew that that was going to be a resource for our family. Our daughter had been lured away by a predator over the internet. 15-year-old girl was lured away by a 26-year-old man whose father came to help him pick her up. And made that call to Beth. 15 minutes later, I've got Beth on the phone, and she said to me, Suzy, I've got a really good feeling. We're going to get her. We're going to get her back, and it's going to be okay. And she said, I don't like to say that unless I really feel that, and I really feel that. And just that strength coming from a woman I'd never met at that point was so meaningful to me and so important to our family. So within 15 minutes, she had called me and said the Amber Alert is up. Typically, when a 15-year-old girl is not at home, they consider it a runaway. But because I was able to track through MySpace the conversation she'd had with this person, I could see, that somebody had lured her away via the internet. And that launched it into acceptable to be an Amber Alert. Beth calls me, the Amber Alert's going out, don't talk to the press. I'm an Army brat, and I was raised not to talk to the press. So I didn't have a problem with that. Hang up the phone, and next phone call I get is League City PD, we want you to come to a press conference. I don't know what to do. And so from that point on, and for the rest of the Odyssey, Beth, what do I do? Beth, what should I do? And she took every one of those calls night and day for months and months. And I just thank you so much for that, Beth. Just an angel, just an absolute angel, as is everyone who works in this organization. So, we had a very long, hard day that day. And I think Beth and I still have little scars inside our hearts from that whole experience, what we all went through. But it culminated with Beth, man, she had FBI in our house, and things started to happen from that point on. And within 12 hours, our daughter had been recovered. I've never seen such a high individual in my life. And my baby had been sexually assaulted by several people. But the joy I had in my heart to know that my baby was safe and with me. And game over. We got her back. It's over. It's done. And thank God. And thank Texas Center for the Missing. And thank especially Beth Alberts. But I learned quickly that was just the beginning of a very long journey that we began. And for the next weeks, months, years, she never said no. She always picked up that call. And she had kind words for me, words of advice for me, resources, references, just whatever we were going through at that moment, Beth had a solution. And so I can never pay back enough to this organization. Tonight's event is Champions for Children, and I want to be a champion for children, now and forever. And as long as I'm able to be of assistance to this organization, I'm right there. And I appreciate so much all of y'all being here tonight. Thank you for your concern and care for the children in our community, and thanks for your time tonight.